अंकित, आवाज आ रही है आपको मेरी?
यस मैम।
कहाँ है आपकी बाकी क्लास? अंकित,
एक बार
बाकी लोग कहाँ
मैसेज
हैं
और
जो
किए
नए
थे
ज्वाइन हो रहे हैं?
एक बार मैसेज और किए थे मैम।
हाँ, डालो पर्सनल ग्रुप पे मैसेज।
बोल दिए ना सर।
वेट कर लेते हैं 2-3 मिनट और, है ना, ताकि सब लोग ज्वाइन हो जाएं।
यस मैम।
स्क्रीन विजिबल है आप लोगों को?
यस मैम।
Okay. So today I'll start the last unit of your syllabus, and that is related to web mining and text mining. Hope it will take 4 more lectures to complete your syllabus, and after that I will take the presentations from your class related to data mining. So no need to submit your assignments. Just give your presentations and submit that relevant document only. Okay. So I will assign presentations according to your roll numbers so that you can give your presentations in the Zoom meetings. Okay. So after 4 more class, be ready for your presentations. Okay. So today we will start the next topic, and that is related to web mining. Today I will give the introduction of web mining, and then on the next class we will discuss web mining, web structure mining, and web users mining. And on Monday I will not take class. Okay? There is an inauguration of website, new website, university websites in the university. So I am busy over there. So on Monday there will be no class. So on Tuesday I will discuss the different types of web mining, and today we will discuss what is web mining. Okay, so up till now we have discussed what is data mining. So data mining is basically the extraction of hidden, unknown or useful patterns from the data set. Okay. So those patterns which are not previously known, and if we are extracting those patterns, this is the task of data mining. And if we apply the same formula on the web, then it is called a web mining. Okay, the mining term is the very same. It's the extraction of hidden, unknown, and potentially useful patterns. But where we are applying, we are not applying on the database or data warehouse. We are applying on it on the web. Okay, World Wide Web. So if you are applying all these formulas on web, then it is known as your web mining. Okay, so World Wide Web is a popular and interactive medium to disseminate the information today. So no need to discuss this point, as we all aware that World Wide Web is a popular way for interaction, as we are using the Zoom meeting and we are taking the help of World Wide Web. So in the today's scenario, everything is working on World Wide Web. So web is a huge, diverse and dynamic. Okay, huge, diverse and dynamic means in each and every day, the content on the web will goes on increasing. ठीक है, क्या हो रहा है, हर एक दिन जो है नई इंफॉर्मेशन इंक्लूड होती है एंड कंटेंट्स जो है वो बढ़ते चले जा रहे हैं. तो ऑब्वियसली इट्स ह्यूज. Diverse, it's because we are working on so many types of application like transactions, online shopping, social medias, chat sites, emails. So there is a kind of diverse applications which is working on the web. And dynamic means because some data on the web are indexed and some is not indexed. So it's a quite dynamic one. Okay. Thus, it's raised the issue of the scalability, multimedia data and temporal issues respectively. Scalability means you have to scale the data. मतलब you have to provide the proper indexing of the data. Okay. Multimedia data like videos and audios content, and temporal issues like it is related to your time issues, how relevant you are extracting the information, that depend upon the time. So all these concerns are raised. So we need web mining to resolve these issues. So first of all, we'll discuss what is the interaction on the data. One of the most important thing that we are working on the web is the extraction of the relevant information. Okay, usually for any information, what we'll do now, we'll go on the web and search the Google and we'll take the information. Okay, so Google is our search engine. Okay, so people either browse or the use of search services when they want to find a specific information on the web. So what they are doing, either they are browsing in the pages or they are using the search services. Search services is like Google. You are taking the help of the search engines. You can use some people use different kind of search engines, but the relevance is that you are getting the information that is related to the specific topic. Okay. Then a user uses a search service and he and she usually input a simple keyword query, and the query response is a list of pages ranked based on their similarity of the query. So what we do, we just provide a keyword whenever we are searching and we are getting certain information. That information you have always experienced that whenever you enter some keyword into the Google, what happened? You get certain links. Okay, that might be PDF files, that might be links to other pages. Okay, so they provide the data based upon certain ranking. Okay, the result which appears on a very first position will be ranked first according to that search engine. If you are using different kind of search engines, you want to search a same query, like suppose you want to search the information related to Apple. Okay, so if you enter that Apple keyword to the Google and to the Yahoo, the result will be different. How the differentiation will occur? The differentiation will occur depending upon the ranking scheme they are using. Okay, one search engine using some other ranking scheme, another search engine will use another ranking scheme. Okay, so depending upon the ranking criteria, we have different kind of results. Okay, so the results we are getting at the topmost positions are ranked ones. The result at second position will get the rank 2. Similarly, in any other search engines, we are getting the results based upon their ranking criteria. And maybe it is possible that you are getting the same results, but their positions are different. In Yahoo, maybe the result which appears at the 4th position, in Google they will appear at the 1st position. So it depends upon the ranking scheme used by the search engine. And besides the ranking scheme, there are certain other conditions which should be fulfilled to get the for the extractions of the results. So whenever you need a results, you input a query or you input a keyword in the form of the query, and you will get a list of pages that is ranked based upon the similarity of the query, how relevant your query is related to that page. Okay, that pages will appear on the web search engine. So what is the problem when we are interacting with the web? The very so we have two problems when we are finding the relevant information. There is two problems occur. The first one is low precision, and the second one is low recall. So we'll discuss how these two problems. The low precision is which is due to the irrelevance of the many of the search results. This results is in difficulty finding the relevant information. What does it mean? Suppose I'm just giving the example of Apple. Suppose you are entering Apple to the search engine and it will give you certain results. It is into your mind whether you want to search about the Apple company or you want to search about the Apple as a fruit. Okay. So what happened? They will give you according to their search criteria. Okay. Because Apple as a company is very popular and Apple as a fruit is also very popular. So sometimes it is possible they will give you a kind of mixed result. But how this will relevant to your search engine, it's up to you. Okay. So sometimes it is difficulty to finding the relevant information because it is depend upon how appropriately you are inserting the keyword. If you write apple fruits as a complete keyword, so all the result whenever you whatever search engine will provide give you, it is related to apple fruit only. And if you write as a keyword Apple company, so it will give you the result which is related to Apple company. Okay. So similarly, if you're not entering the appropriate keyword, if you just write the Apple, okay, so it will give you a kind of mixed results and you have the difficulty to finding the information. This problem is known as your low precision problem. Okay. So this can be hold in some other cases also. You entering any keyword and you are not getting the appropriate results. Okay, you are not getting the relevant information. Then it is known as low precision. One more problem is low recall. This is due to the inability to index all the information available on the web. This results in a difficulty finding the unindexed information that is relevant. Okay. So sometimes it happens you are uploading some information, but that pages are private to your account. Then search engine will not index those pages. Okay. So some information on the web is unindexed information, and those information which is unindexed cannot be used for ranking purpose. You will not get those results in your search query as output of your search query. It is like that. Suppose you are uploaded a YouTube video, okay, and you make that content private to your account. Okay, so suppose if somebody enters a query to search the videos of a relevant issue and you have a very good video, but you make that video private to your YouTube accounts. So that video is not possibly indexed to the results of that search query by the user. Okay, so that result will not appear. Okay, and he is not able to view that video. So this is called low recall. When there is unindexed data on the web and there is so much data on the web which is unindexed, maybe that is relevant to our query, but that will not appear as a result in our query. So these are the two main problems which occurs when you are finding the relevant information. The first one is low precision and the second one is low recall. Low precision is occurred when you get the irrelevant results. Okay, the data is indexed, you are getting the result, but the results which appears is not relevant. It is like that. If you search for a query, some ads will appear. Okay, so that ads are paid ads, and you will get at the very first positions of those ads, but those ads can be irrelevant to you. So this is a problem of low precision. And low recall is that you have the results which are relevant, but those are not indexed. So you are not getting those results. The next problem is creating the new knowledge out of the information available on the data. So this is also one of the problem of data mining. The problem is data triggered process that pre-assume that we already have a collection of web data and we want to extract potentially useful information of it. So it is a basically data mining oriented task. Usually what happened, there is a kind of indexing done on the basis of web crawling. Okay, whenever any search engine done, what they are doing the crawling of the data and they are putting the indexed data on the web, and you are getting the result based upon that. They are not creating a new knowledge from it. Okay, so some pages are very relevant to you, but they are not indexed according to those keywords, so you will not get those results. So it is much more data mining oriented task. The next one is the personalization of the information. This problem is often associated with the type and the presentation of the information. People differs in the contents and presentation they prefer while interacting with the web. So this is the personalization of the information. Personalization you have feel in your online shopping accounts. Whenever you shop for anything, they will give you the similar kind of results in the next time you are going to shop. Okay, so in your email accounts, you have bulks of emails from the online shopping account that this thing is going on. You have purchased the shoes, the similar shoes are available on the next site. And similarly on the Facebook, if you like a kind of web page, or if you joined a particular group on the Facebook, next time they will suggest you the same group. So these are the kind of personalization problem. Depending upon the user interest, personalization will occur on the web. Okay. So they have these all kind of services, they have their algorithm to done the personalization. Okay, so for making the thing personalization of the information, we use the recommender system. It is not written here, but the recommender systems are used to make the personalization of the thing. They will recommend you the things which is related to either your information or your interests. They will track all the patterns of your access of the data, all the likes and dislikes about the information that you are accessing, and depending upon your log information, whatever they are storing, they will give you the similar information based upon your information which is they stored. So if you are watching a particular kind of videos on the YouTube, next time the similar kind of videos will be suggested to you. And one more example you have seen in your Gmail accounts, you will have the ads, so many ads in your email account, which is also based upon your search history. So whatever, because usually what happened in the earlier, we have different kinds of account for different sites. But now what is happening, we can log in each and every site with a single Google account. So they are extracting all the information from our single account, and they are tracking all the access patterns of a particular user, how the particular user is interacting on the web. Okay, which kind of sites they are opening, which kind of things they like on the web. So based upon that, they are using the personalizations algorithm, and they will personalize the thing. And that is different for different peoples, because the access pattern of particular user is different from the other user. So the personalization for one user is different from the other users. I might be getting different things and you might be getting different things. This all depends upon how you are accessing the web. The next is learning about the customers and individual user. This is the very same. This is a very same problem, that is the personalization which we are talking about. They are getting the information of a particular users, and they are providing the information according to the particular individual history or the customer's history, like that. Okay. So they have a kind of designs in which they are accessing the information and they learn about the customers. Web mining techniques could be used to solve the information overload problem. And the information overload problem is that for a particular query, you have thousands of the results. Even if you enter a particular query on the very first page of Google, you will get 10 or 20 results. And there are so many index page, thousands of the index pages. Okay, so by using web mining techniques, these problem of information overload can be resolved. And what are the other techniques that works from different search areas? Web minings are included with different other techniques for the information retrieval, and these are techniques. These search areas are database, information retrieval, natural language processing, and web document community. These are the other areas which are relevant when we are working with web mining. So web mining can work together in all these areas to provide the appropriate results. Web mining is the use of data mining technique to automatically discover and extract the information from the web document and the service, which I've already told is the same task where what we are doing in data mining. If we are applying the same work on the web, then it is called web mining. It decomposing the web mining into the subtasks. So we can divide the web mining into these subtasks. The first one is resource finding. In the resource finding, we have to retrieve the intended web document. Okay, so this is the task where we are retrieving the intended web document that is relevant to your query. So whenever you are entering a query, the documents you are extracting should be relevant one. The next is information selection and pre-processing. So it will gives you automatically selecting and pre-processing the specific information from the retrieved web resources. So first you will identify it, and then you will select and pre-process the data and will give the results. The next one is the generalization. So automatically discover general patterns at individual website as well as the multiple websites. Generalization is something, if you are extracting for a one thing, you can apply the same thing for as a whole. So this is the process of generalization. So if it is valid for one site, it could be valid for multiple sites. So analysis is validation or interpretation of the mind patterns. So if you are extracting the information, that should be validated. And this is the work of the analysis phase. So for any web mining or for any data mining task, the very first thing is the selection and the pre-processing. Then you apply certain algorithm and you are extracting the result, and finally you are checking that whether they are relevant or not. If they are not relevant, you go and do the same task again. So web mining refers to the overall process of discovering the potentially useful, previously unknown information on the knowledge from the web data. It implicitly covers the standard process of knowledge discovery in databases. So this is the same definition of the data mining. In the data mining, we have the very same definition, the discovery of potentially useful and previously unknown information. And the same thing, if we are extracting on the web data, then it is called web mining. and it will cover all the process of KDD. So we have studied the KDD stages. So the same process will apply on the web mining also. We could simply view web mining as the extension of KDD that is applied on the web data. So if you are applying the KDD process steps on the web data, then it is called web mining. From the KDD point of view, the information and the knowledge terms are interchangeable. So from KDD, if you're talking about KDD, we can use information or knowledge. Both terms are very same. So there is a close relationship between the data mining, machine learning, and advanced analysis. So why we are talking there is a close relationship? Because one algorithm can be used in the data mining, same algorithm can be used for the machine learning. So these are the categorization of your web mining. Initially, we have the web mining, and then it is divided into 3 parts: web content mining, web structure mining, and web users mining. And web content mining is further divided into web page content mining, search result mining, and web users mining is divided into 2 parts: general access pattern tracking and customized users tracking. So we'll discuss all these parts one by one in the next lectures. So up till now, you just keep remember that web mining is nothing. It's just a KDD process where you are extracting the potentially useful patterns which are previously unknown to you, and you are applying the same KDD process on the web. Then the task is called web mining. And issues are also relevant, that what are the issues for working with web mining, that you have low precision or low recall, and you have to deal with these 2 problems. Another is personalization or the learning of the individual data. So these are the other problems you have to deal with web mining. And to resolve these issues, we are working with 3 kinds of partitions. And this is web content mining, web structure mining, and web users mining. So that's all with today's lecture. I will take next lecture on Tuesday. So I'm going
Thank
to.
you, ma'am.
Okay.